Hey, what's up, everyone? Have you ever felt like the harder you try to keep your life together, the more it just unravels? You plan every detail, push to make things happen, but somehow it all feels like chaos. What if I told you that the secret to real strength isn't about controlling everything? It's about finding calm in the storm. Today, we're diving into 11 Stoic lessons that'll show you how to stay cool, collected, and use that calm as your ultimate superpower. These aren't just fluffy ideas, these are battle-tested strategies from the Stoics, people who faced real struggles and came out stronger. Ready to change how you think and take charge of your life? Let's do this. But first, let me tell you about a guy named James Stockdale, a U.S. Navy pilot who faced a nightmare most of us can't even imagine. Picture this, he's flying a mission during the Vietnam War in total control of his plane, his decisions, his life. Then, in an instant, everything changes. His plane gets shot down. No time to think, just the roar of the crash, the free fall, the panic. He ejects, parachute barely saving him, only to land right in enemy territory. They capture him, beat him, drag him through the dirt like he's nothing. Then they lock him in a prisoner of war camp. Not for a week or a month, 7 years. 7 years in a tiny cell, tortured, isolated, not knowing if he'd ever see daylight again. Most people would have broken. Fear, despair, hopelessness, it could have consumed him. But James didn't break. Why? Not because he was tougher or stronger than anyone else, but because he had something unbreakable, control over his mind. James was a student of Stoicism, and he leaned on the words of Epictetus. It's not what happens to you that matters, but how you interpret it. He couldn't stop the beatings, the chains, or the isolation, but he could choose how he faced them. He decided his attitude was his own. No one could take that away. So James did something incredible. Instead of giving in to despair, he became a leader in that prison camp. He created a secret code for the prisoners to communicate, so they'd never feel alone. He taught them how to resist mentally, how to keep their spirits intact. While his captors tried to crush him, he kept telling himself, "This doesn't define me. I'm bigger than this." And he was right. After 7 years, he walked out, not just alive, but stronger. When someone asked how he survived, he said, "I accepted reality, but I never lost faith in my ability to overcome it." Think about that for a second. If James Stockdale could find calm in a literal war zone, what's stopping you? Maybe it's a bad day at work, a fight with someone you care about, or just life feeling like it's spiraling. Whatever it is, you've got the same power James did, the power to choose how you respond. In this video, I'm going to walk you through how to do that, step by step. Let's get into it. Oh, and before we dive in, if you're vibing with this, hit that subscribe button and join our community. Drop a comment below and tell us, what does staying calm in a chaotic world mean to you? Or just type, "I am Stoic," to let us know you're ready to level up. Alright, let's go. Lesson 1. Calm is your superpower. Imagine you're a Formula 1 driver. The race is tight, the crowd's roaring, and you're inches from the finish line. You hit a sharp turn, and suddenly, your car starts to slide. The wheel feels loose, the track's a blur, and you're losing control. In that split second, you've got 2 choices. Option 1, panic. Grip the wheel harder, jerk it without thinking, and let fear take over. What happens? You spin out, crash into the gravel, and you're out of the race. Option 2, stay calm. Feel the slide, ease off the gas, adjust with precision, and guide the car back on track. The best drivers aren't the fastest. They're the ones who keep their cool when everything's going wrong. Life's the same way. It's not about dodging problems. It's about handling them with a clear head. The most successful people, whether it's entrepreneurs, athletes, or even ancient Stoics, have one thing in common. They don't let chaos derail them. Ryan Holiday, author of The Obstacle is the Way, calls this your strategic edge. He says true strength comes from staying composed when the world feels like it's falling apart. And he's not just spitting motivational quotes. Science backs this up. When you freak out, your amygdala, the emotional part of your brain, takes over. It's all fear, anger, and knee-jerk reactions. But when you stay calm, you activate your prefrontal cortex, the part that helps you think clearly, solve problems, and make smart decisions. A study from the Institute of Cognitive Neuroscience in London showed that people who train themselves to stay calm under pressure don't just feel better, they perform better. Less stress, better results. It's like upgrading your brain's operating system. But here's the thing. Staying calm isn't something you just do when life throws a curveball. It's a skill you build every day. So how do you start? Let's break it down with 2 practical tips you can use right now. First, try the observer technique. Next time you're stressed, pretend you're watching your life like it's a movie. What advice would you give the main character? This trick helps you step back, get some distance, and think more clearly. It's like hitting pause on your emotions so you can respond instead of react. Second, practice staying calm in small moments. Picture this, you're unpacking groceries, and the egg carton decides to take a dive off the counter. Splat. Your first instinct might be to curse the universe and wonder why everything always goes wrong. But that's your training ground. If you can't stay calm over spilled eggs, how are you going to handle the big stuff? Start small. Take a breath, clean it up, and move on. Every time you do this, you're strengthening your calm muscle. So, ask yourself, are you acting like a rookie driver who panics at the first turn? Or are you ready to race like a pro? If you want to stay calm and win at life, it's time to stop letting chaos call the shots. Lesson 2. You can't control everything, and that's okay. Ever have one of those days where nothing goes right? You wake up pumped, ready to crush it. You've got your schedule locked in. Finish that big project, hit the gym, maybe cook a fancy dinner. But then, life laughs in your face. Your boss drops an urgent task on your desk. Your friend bails on dinner. Someone says something that totally throws you off. Suddenly, you're frustrated, annoyed, and wondering why nothing ever goes according to plan. Here's the hard truth. The problem isn't just that things went wrong. It's that you're trying to control stuff that's out of your hands. We don't just want to control our own lives. We want to control everything. We want people to act the way we expect, plans to go perfectly, and the world to line up with our vision. But how often does that actually work out? Spoiler, almost never. Naval Ravikant, the entrepreneur and thinker, nailed it when he said, "Suffering comes from trying to control the uncontrollable." The more you fight reality, the more stressed and miserable you get. Epictetus, one of the OG Stoics, said it over 2,000 years ago. Some things are in our control and some things aren't. Cling to what you can't control and you'll suffer. And guess what? Science agrees. A Stanford University study found that people who accept uncertainty, those who stop trying to micromanage every outcome, have lower anxiety and adapt better to challenges. Meanwhile, those who obsess over control end up frustrated and burned out. Think about it. How many times have you tried to change someone? Maybe you're giving advice to a friend who keeps messing up, or you're begging your partner to see things your way. When they don't, you get mad, right? But the real issue isn't them. It's your expectation that you can control their choices. So, here's how to let go and focus on what you can control. First, try the so what challenge. Next time something doesn't go your way, ask yourself, will this matter in 5 years? Most of the time, the answer's no. That perspective shift can stop stress in its tracks. Second, embrace controlled chaos. Pick one day a week to ditch your rigid plans. Go with the flow, let things unfold, and see what happens. It's scary at first, but it teaches your brain to adapt instead of resist. Life's not a straight road. It's more like sailing on choppy waters. You can't control the waves or the wind, but you can adjust your sails. Focus on your decisions, your attitude, and your actions. That's where your power lies. Lesson 3. Gratitude turns chaos into clarity. Picture this. It's Monday morning, you roll out of bed, and your brain's already whining. Ugh, I need a vacation. If only I had a better job. Why is life so hard? You're brushing your teeth, and your mind's stuck on this loop. If you had more money, more time, or fewer problems, then you'd finally be happy. Sound familiar? Here's the kicker. When has that mindset ever made you feel better? Chasing more just leaves you stressed, frustrated, and missing out on what's already good in your life. The Stoics, like Seneca, figured this out centuries ago. He said, "It's not happiness that makes us grateful, but gratitude that makes us happy. And science backs him up. Researchers at UC Berkeley ran an experiment where they split people into two groups. One group wrote down 3 things they were grateful for every night, no matter how small. The other group just wrote about whatever. After a few weeks, the gratitude group showed a big difference. Their brains lit up in the prefrontal cortex, the part that helps you stay calm, make better decisions, and handle stress like a champ. The other group, no change. Their minds were still stuck in neutral. Gratitude isn't just some feel-good buzzword. It's like weightlifting for your brain. If you keep feeding it complaints and negativity, you're growing a garden of thorns. But if you plant gratitude, you're building a mindset that can handle anything. I used to roll my eyes at this stuff, thinking it was cheesy, but then I tried it. Every morning, I started writing down 3 things I was thankful for. Maybe it was a good cup of coffee, a laugh with a friend, or just the fact that I woke up. Over time, my whole perspective shifted. I wasn't just reacting to life's chaos. I was finding reasons to stay grounded. So, how do you make gratitude part of your daily grind? Here's 3 ways to start. First, say thank you out loud when you wake up. Sit up, stretch, and say it with energy like you mean it. It might feel weird at first, but it's like flipping a switch in your brain to focus on the good. Second, write down 3 things you're grateful for before bed. Don't just repeat the same stuff. Look for little moments, like a stranger's smile or a song that hit just right. Third, focus on what you have, not what you're missing. Life's not a checklist of wants. If you can't appreciate what's in front of you now, you won't be satisfied even if you get everything you're chasing. Here's the deal. Complaining doesn't fix anything, but gratitude rewires your brain. It's like choosing to see the glass half full instead of half empty. So, what's one thing you're grateful for today? Drop it in the comments. Let's start a gratitude chain. Lesson 4. Your thoughts shape your reality. Let me tell you about a friend of mine. A while back, he got hit with some rough news. A health scare that turned his world upside down. Every morning, he'd wake up trapped in a spiral of what ifs. What if it gets worse? What if I can't handle this? Why me? His days felt heavy, like he was stuck in a dark tunnel. But one day, while stuck in a hospital waiting room, he overheard something that flipped a switch. It was a talk by Tony Robbins, who said, "The quality of your thoughts defines the quality of your life." That hit hard. Then he dug deeper and found Marcus Aurelius saying something similar 2,000 years ago. The happiness of your life depends on the quality of your thoughts. That's when it clicked for him. He couldn't control his diagnosis, but he could control how he faced it. So he started small. Every morning, he'd think of one positive thing to focus on, no matter how tiny. Maybe it was, today, I'm going to laugh at something silly, or I'm going to enjoy a moment with my family. His situation didn't change overnight, but his mindset did. He wasn't just surviving, he was finding ways to thrive. Marcus Aurelius, one of the most powerful guys in ancient Rome, knew his biggest battle wasn't out there in the world. It was in his own head. He didn't waste energy stressing about what could go wrong. Instead, he focused on solutions, on how to respond with strength. That's what kept him steady through wars, betrayals, and chaos. So, let's talk about you. What's your mind dwelling on right now? Are you filling it with worries that drag you down? Or are you programming it to see opportunities? Here's how to take control of your thoughts starting today. First, reframe negative thoughts. Catch yourself saying, "This is a disaster," and flip it to, "This is tough, but I can learn something from it." It's not about faking positivity, it's about training your brain to find solutions. Second, surround yourself with positive people. Negativity spreads like wildfire. If you're always around complainers, you'll start thinking like them. Seek out folks who talk about possibilities, who push you to grow. Third, visualize positive outcomes. Before your day starts, picture how you want to handle challenges. See yourself staying calm, making smart choices. It's like a mental rehearsal for success. Your mind is like a lens. What you focus on shapes what you see. If you train it to think well, you'll spot opportunities, make better decisions, and become the best version of yourself. So, tell me in the comments, what's one positive thing you want to focus your thoughts on today? Lesson 5. What you focus on becomes your world. Quick question. When you're out for a walk, what catches your eye? The stressed-out commuters rushing by? The blaring horns, the litter on the sidewalk? Or do you spot the sunlight hitting the buildings just right? The breeze rustling the leaves? Or a stranger flashing a quick smile? The scene's the same for everyone, but your experience? That's all about where you point your attention. It's like that old bus meme. Two people on the same ride. One's miserable staring at a rock wall. The other's loving the epic view out the window. The difference? Which side they chose to look at. Life works exactly like that. If you're always zeroed in on the negatives, what's wrong, what's missing, what's stressing you out, your whole world starts feeling heavy and gray. But shift your focus to what's good, what's in your control, and suddenly, things look a lot brighter. Will Smith put it perfectly in an interview. If you want success or happiness, you've got to ignore the distractions and lock in on what matters. It's not luck. It's about steering your energy where it counts. Think of your attention like an Instagram filter. Slap on a dark, moody one full of worries and complaints, and everything looks dim and draining. But switch to a brighter filter, one that highlights opportunities and what you can influence, and your feed, aka your life, transforms. So, where's your attention been lately? Let's test it. Think back to something that bugged you this week. A snarky comment, a work snag, or some social media drama. How did fixating on it make you feel? Now, imagine redirecting that energy to something positive, like a small win or a good chat. Would your vibe have been different? Bet it would. Ready to take back control? Here's how to train your attention for more calm and better results. First, go on a mental diet. Just like you watch what you eat, watch what you feed your brain. Cut back on negative news. Unfollow accounts that drag you down. And ask yourself, does this add value or just suck my energy? Your mind's a garden, what you water grows. Second, try an attention reset. Caught in a negative loop? Change it up. Go for a walk, take deep breaths, and look for something new around you. Swap why me for what can I learn here? Third, hang with uplifting people. If your circle's full of complainers who see problems everywhere, you'll catch that vibe. Find folks who inspire you, who talk solutions and push you forward. Epictetus said it best. Where your attention goes, there goes your soul. What you focus on is what you live. Train it to spot the good, the controllable, and the growth-worthy, and you'll build resilience, make sharper decisions, and stay steady no matter what. So, drop in the comments, what's one thing you're shifting your focus to today? Lesson 6. Rest isn't weakness. It's your recharge. Ever push through a day when you're totally wiped? You're staring at your screen, reading the same line over and over, chugging coffee like it's magic potion, but your brain's just fuzzy. Instead of calling it quits, you grind harder, thinking that's the way to get ahead. Spoiler, it's not. You end up messing up more and feeling worse. Here's the real talk. No one tells you this enough. Rest isn't a treat. It's essential. Your phone dies if you run it all day without charging, right? Shake it, yell at it, nothing happens till you plug it in. Your brain's no different. The Stoics got this way back. Seneca said, even the sharpest sword needs rest to stay effective. What's the point of a brilliant tool if you wear it out? Seneca built in time for reflection and recovery, seeing it as a smart move, not downtime. And modern science? It's on board. Rest boosts memory, learning, and self-control. Think of your brain like a whiteboard. Daily stuff fills it up with notes and scribbles. Without wiping it clean, aka resting, it gets cluttered, and new ideas have nowhere to stick. I hear you. My life's too busy for rest. Fair, but you can make it work with small changes. Here's 3 strategies to weave in more calm. First, cut screen time before bed. Yeah, it's basic, but blue light fools your brain into thinking it's daytime. Ditch the late-night scrolls, and your mind will wind down easier. Second, build a wind-down routine. Keep it simple, read a bit, journal, or just sit quietly. It signals your brain, time to chill. Third, tune into your body. Feeling drained? Stop. Rest isn't quitting. It's fueling up. Athletes don't train 24/7. they recover to perform better. You're the athlete in your life story. Rest clears the fog, sharpens your focus, and keeps you calm under fire. It's not about more hours of hustle. It's about smarter, clearer energy. So what's one way you'll rest today? Share in the comments. Let's hold each other accountable. Lesson 7. Your morning routine sets the stage. Imagine if ancient Stoics like Marcus Aurelius and Seneca woke up in our modern world. Marcus grabs his phone first thing, scrolls through notifications, unread emails from the empire, some Twitter drama about his latest policy, and bad news from the borders. He sighs, drags himself out of bed, and starts his coffee already dreading the day. Seneca, though, he wakes up slow, takes a deep breath, and asks himself, what kind of day do I want today? He stretches, sips water, jots down some thoughts in his journal, then heads out for a quiet walk, feeling the morning air without a screen in sight. One guy's getting pulled by the chaos, the other's steering his ship. Which one sounds more like your mornings? A lot of us start on autopilot, phone in hand, brain flooded with emails, news, and worries before we're even out of bed. We react to the world instead of setting our own vibe. But what if you flipped that? What if you started your day with intention, building calm and focus from the jump? Science says this isn't just feel-good advice. Dr. Rangan Chatterjee, a health expert, points out that a solid morning routine cuts stress and boosts your ability to stay sharp all day. Studies show people who kick off with purpose, maybe meditating, reading, or just skipping distractions, have lower anxiety and better concentration. It's like programming your brain for success instead of scrambling to catch up. So let's make this real. Pretend today's your reset. Here's a simple morning flow to try. First off, when your eyes open, no phone for at least 30 minutes. Yeah, it's tough, those notifications are calling your name. But do you really need to dump a ton of info into your fresh brain? Give it space. Instead, do something small that feels like a win. Make your bed, stretch, brew tea mindfully, or meditate for a minute. It's about starting with control. Next, visualize your day. Don't just wing it. Picture how you want things to go. See yourself handling a tough meeting calmly, feeling energized during your workout, or knocking out that task with focus. It's not woo-woo. It's prepping your mind like an athlete before a game. If you're wondering how to make visualization stick, hang tight. We're covering that in the next lesson. Mornings aren't about perfection. They're about choice. Skip the reactive start, and you'll carry that calm through whatever comes. So, how are you tweaking your routine tomorrow? Share in the comments. Let's inspire each other. Lesson 8. Visualize to make it real. Ever decide you want something, like a new car, and suddenly spot it everywhere? On the road, in ads, parked next to you at the store. Feels like the universe is hinting, right? But it's not magic. It's your brain. When you lock in on something, your mind tunes in, spotting it more because you've set the filter. This doesn't just work for cars, it's how life rolls. Epictetus nailed it. What you feed your mind becomes your reality. Obsess over problems and lacks, and that's all you'll see. Focus on growth and wins, your brain hunts them down. Here's the cool part. Your mind blurs the line between vivid imagination and real life. Visualization expert Roxy Nafousi says picturing your goals isn't daydreaming. It's brain training for achievement. Want to test it? Close your eyes and imagine your dream home. Don't skim it, feel it. What color are the walls? How's the light pouring in? What's the scent? The sounds? Now see the steps to get there. The daily hustles, choices, little victories. Feels more doable. Huh? That's the power. Clarity in your head makes paths clearer in reality. Stoics like Marcus Aurelius used this too, focusing on ideal responses to chaos instead of spiraling. Kept them grounded and proactive. So, how do you harness visualization for calm and success? First, craft a mental script. Don't vague it out like, I want to succeed. Get specific. If confidence is your goal, picture acing a convo. For business, envision a full day from coffee to close. Details guide your brain. Second, surround yourself with reminders. Athletes plaster walls with quotes and hero pics for a reason. Your space shapes your thoughts. Swap your phone background to something goal-aligned. Read books that fuel the fire. Visualization builds calm by giving direction. You know where you're headed, so stress feels smaller. Success isn't random. It's seeing it first, then stepping toward it. What are you visualizing right now? Hit the comments with it. Speaking it out makes it stronger. Lesson 9. Breathe to regain your power. Picture a high-stakes poker game. The table's tense, cards are down, and everyone's eyeing each other. Amateurs give it all away. Fidgeting, sweating, breathing heavy. But the pros? Stone-faced, steady breaths, no tells. They know lose control, lose the hand. Life's like that table. Arguments, deadlines, curveballs, if you react on impulse, you've folded. But breathe, stay calm, and you hold the cards. Swap the game for real life, you're in a heated argument. Heart pounding, words bubbling up, feeling attacked. Every instinct says fire back, defend, don't back down. But pause, that's the pivot. Explode and it's chaos. Breathe, choose your move, and you win. Marcus Aurelius lived this. Calm yet determined, cheerful yet steady. That's the one who follows reason. His empire thrived because he mastered his reactions, not the world. Breath is your anchor. Can't control your breath? Can't control your mind. Can't control your mind? Life runs you. So, when pressure hits, here's how to breathe back into control. First, the 4-7-8 technique. Inhale for 4 seconds, hold for 7, exhale for 8. It's a nervous system reset, forces relaxation, clears the fog. Use it mid-argument or before a big decision. Second, add compassion. If someone's snapping, it's probably not you. It's their storm spilling over. Bad day, deeper issues, whatever. You choose. Join the mess or step aside. Shouting loses. Calm wins. Remember, success goes to those who pause, think, act smart, not the impulse reactors. Breathe first, decide later. Simple, but it shifts everything. In chaos, your breath is the calm you carry. So, next tense moment, try it. What's a situation where breathing could have changed the outcome for you? Share in the comments, let's learn together. Lesson 10. Silence unlocks your answers. Your day starts. Eyes open, phone in hand, notifications, emails, feeds. Out the door. Traffic, chatter, ads blasting. Home. TV on, more scrolls, noise filling every gap. Sound exhausting? It is. Why do we do it? Silence scares us. Alone with thoughts? Uncomfortable. But here's the truth. Silence isn't empty. It's where real insights hide. Skip it and you miss out. Think of Eat, Pray, Love. The lead ditches her life, seeks meaning. Not in crowds, in silence at an Indian retreat. Mind races, anxiety peaks, wants to bolt. But sticking it out? She hears her inner voice, finds what she needs. Stoics knew this. Seneca said we suffer more from mental noise than external. Worries about futures not here, pasts we can't change. Silence calms that storm, builds resilience. Science agrees. Duke University studies show silence activates your brain's default mode network. It's not off, it's connecting dots, solving puzzles, gaining clarity. Like cleaning a messy room. Stop rummaging, organize, and what you need appears. If your head's a whirlwind, start small. First, disconnect 30 minutes daily. No screens, no talk, just quiet. Morning, night, whenever. Second, silent walks. Ditch pods or music. Let thoughts flow. Uncomfy at first, but ideas bubble up. Third, journal what surfaces. Write reflections, patterns, it clarifies the mental clutter. Silence isn't foe. It's your tool for calm and direction. Can't handle your thoughts? Work on that. If you're chasing success, silence is where the map unfolds. One more lesson left, it's about action calming the mind. But first, what's your take on silence? Comment below. Lesson 11. Action calms the chaos. Let me share a story about a guy who couldn't just think his way through life, he had to build it. His brain was always buzzing with questions, ideas, wonders about how the world ticked. But instead of letting it spin in circles, he got his hands dirty. He'd sketch machines that didn't exist yet, dissect bodies to understand anatomy, jot notes endlessly, and rebuild concepts from scratch. When stuck, he didn't stare at the wall, he drew. When thoughts got tangled, he organized them on paper. Words falling short, he'd let his actions speak. That drive wasn't just curiosity, it was his hack for clarity. He created calm by doing, not waiting. That man? Leonardo da Vinci. Genius? Sure. But he unlocked a truth. When your mind's overwhelmed, don't overthink. Act. You know the feeling. Stress piles up, ideas clash, anxiety freezes you. What do? Scroll mindlessly? Ruminate? Marcus Aurelius had the fix. Well-directed action brings peace to the mind. Calm doesn't drop in while you sit through the storm. It comes when you step into it with purpose. Imagine you're at work. Everything's imploding. Emails stacking, phone buzzing, demands flying. Chest tight, brain racing, you want to be that unflappable pro who handles it all. But how when it feels like fire everywhere? Simple, use your hands to tame the mind. Sounds basic? It is, and that's why it works. Here's the breakdown. First, carve out 10 minutes daily for hands-on stuff. Draw, write by hand, cook, garden, fix something, anything tactile. Not saying bust out a sketchpad in a meeting, but make it routine. It's your reset button, pulling you from noise into flow. Second, ditch distractions. No multitasking, silence notifications, skip lyric-heavy tunes. Just you and the task. Focusing on one physical thing melts stress you won't even notice. Third, check in after. Problems not solved? Maybe not, but clarity? You'll have it. The mental storm settles even a bit. When thoughts roar, let hands whisper. A quiet task can outshout chaos. Da Vinci didn't wait for inspiration. He made it through action. Stoics like Aurelius directed efforts wisely, finding peace in progress. So, what's your first hands-on move to calm down? Be bold, comment it. This lesson seals it. Calm's your foundation for smart choices, clear action, and success without stress steering. Wrapping it up, choose calm, claim your power. We've covered the 11 Stoic lessons. From calm as your weapon, ditching control illusions, gratitude's brain boost, thought shaping, attention steering, rests recharge, morning mastery, visualizations build, breath control, silence's wisdom, to action's peace. These aren't ancient relics. They're timeless tools for today's chaos. Remember James Stockdale? In hell, he chose response over reaction. You can too. Life won't slow, work drama, personal hits, daily grinds, but you control your take. Train daily. Small moments build big strength. Calm isn't chaos-free. It's thriving in it. Focus on controllables, drop energy drains. You're not life's victim. You're its director. If you made it here, comment, I choose calm to guide my success. You're a stoic warrior. Subscribe, bell on, like up, don't miss more. Check our playlist on screen. Stories, tips for wiser living. Click, let's grow. In this part, let's recap the key takeaways, share some personal stories on applying them, and talk about how to make these lessons a daily habit. Think of this as your Stoic Toolkit review. Let's solidify what we've learned and get you pumped to put it into practice. Recapping the 11 lessons, your roadmap to calm. First off, let's run through all 11 lessons quick style like a highlight reel. This isn't just repetition, it's about connecting the dots so you see how they build on each other. Lesson 1. Calm is your superpower. Remember the Formula 1 driver? It's not about speed. It's about staying steady when things slide. Practice the observer technique and small moment training to build that muscle. Lesson 2. You can't control everything, and that's freeing. Like Naval Ravikant said, suffering comes from fighting the uncontrollable. Use the so what challenge and controlled chaos days to adapt and flow. Lesson 3. Gratitude turns complaints into clarity. That Berkeley study showed how writing 3 thankful things rewires your brain. Start your day saying thanks out loud, journal at night, and focus on haves over lacks. Lesson 4. Your thoughts shape your world. Marcus Aurelius knew happiness depends on thought quality. Reframe negatives, surround yourself with positives, and visualize wins to attract better. Lesson 5. Attention defines reality. Like Will Smith ignoring distractions, filter your focus. Mental diet, attention resets, and uplifting circles keep you on the good side of the bus. Lesson 6. Rest recharges your edge. Seneca's sword analogy sharpened by pausing. Cut screens, build routines, listen to your body. The strategy, not laziness. Lesson 7. Mornings set your destiny. Seneca versus Marcus in the modern world, choose intention. No phone start, small wins, day visualization for control from the jump. Lesson 8. Visualize to build it. Epictetus on feeding your mind. See it clearly to spot it everywhere. Mental scripts and environmental reminders make dreams tangible. Lesson 9. Breathe to own the moment. Poker pros stay cool. You can too with 478 and compassion. Pause, don't react, win by waiting. Lesson 10. Silence reveals answers. From Eat, Pray, Love to Seneca, quiet cuts mental noise. Daily disconnects, silent walks, journaling unlock clarity. Lesson 11. Hands-on action calms the storm. Da Vinci built through doing, you can too. 10-minute tasks, no distractions. Feel the shift. These aren't standalone tips, they're a system. Calm starts with mindset, builds through focus and recovery, sets daily and handles pressure. Layer them, and chaos becomes your playground. Real-life applications, stories from the trenches. Alright, let's make this personal. I've been applying these for years, and they've changed my game as a creator. Take Lesson 4, Thought Quality. Last year, I hit a rough patch with video views tanking. My mind went dark. Why bother? It's failing. But I reframed, this is a chance to innovate. Visualized better content. Surrounded myself with creator buds who uplift. Boom, next videos popped off. Thoughts really do build reality. Or Lesson 6. Rest. I used to grind 12-hour days, coffee-fueled zombie mode. Burnout hit hard. Now, I wind down with no screens, read Stoic quotes. Energy's through the roof, ideas flow better. It's like charging your phone, skip it, and you're dead by noon. A subscriber shared this gem in comments. Applying Lesson 9 during a family fight. Instead of snapping back, they breathed for 7-8, responded calmly. Argument de-escalated, relationship strengthened. Small win, big impact. What about you? Think of a recent chaos moment, work deadline, personal drama. Which lesson could have flipped it? Drop your story below. Let's build this community. Making it stick. Habits for lifelong calm. Knowing is one thing, doing is the win. Here's how to weave these into your routine without overwhelm. Start small. Pick one lesson per week. Week 1, Gratitude Journal. Week 2, Morning No Phone. Build momentum. Track it. Use a simple app or notebook. Note wins. Stayed calm in traffic via breath work. And slips. Reacted impulsively. Next time, pause. Community accountability. Join our comments crew. Share progress, ask advice. Type, I'm building my Stoic habits to commit. Adapt for you, busy parent? Silent walks during kidnaps. Office warrior? Observer technique in meetings. Remember Stockdale, 7 years of hell? But mind control saved him. Your prison might be different, but the power's the same. Choose response, find calm, thrive. If these lessons clicked, imagine the compound effect over months. You're not just surviving, you're mastering life. You've got the full toolkit now. From calm as your superpower to action quieting the chaos. In this part, we're wrapping it up with a Q&A to tackle your burning questions. Some bonus tips to supercharge your Stoic game, and a call to keep this mindset alive. Let's make it count. Questions and answers. Your questions, Stoic answers. You've been dropping awesome comments throughout this series, so let's address some common questions I've seen and imagined from our community vibe to help you apply these lessons. Questions. How do I stay calm when life keeps throwing curveballs back to back? Answers. Think of James Stockdale, 7 years of curveballs, yet he stood firm by controlling his response. Use Lesson 9's 4-7-8 breathing to pause the panic. Then hit Lesson 2's So What challenge. Will this matter in 5 years? Most curveballs shrink when you zoom out. Stack small wins. Lesson 1's observer technique helps you detach and strategize. You're not dodging the hits, you're choosing how to swing back. Questions. I'm too busy for morning routines or silence. How do I fit this in? Answers. I feel you, life's hectic. Lesson 7, mornings, and Lesson 10, silence. Don't need hours. Try micro moments. 60 seconds of gratitude while brushing your teeth. Lesson 3, 5-minute silent coffee break instead of scrolling. Swap one podcast for a quiet walk. Seneca didn't have a 9 to 5, but he carved time for reflection. Prioritize 1-minute habits. They compound. Questions. What if I keep slipping back to negative thoughts? Answers. Lesson 4 is your friend. Thought quality is everything. Catch the spiral with a reframe. I'm stuck becomes I'm learning. It's not instant. Marcus Aurelius practiced daily to master his mind. Surround yourself with positive triggers. Books, people. Lesson 5. If you slip, don't sweat it. Journal the thought. Lesson 10. To spot patterns. Progress, not perfection. Questions. How do I know if I'm actually getting calmer? Answers. Track small shifts. After a week of Lesson 6 rest or Lesson 11's hands-on tasks, do you feel clearer? Less reactive in arguments. Lesson 9. Check in with yourself. Journal how you handled a stressful moment versus a month ago. Like Da Vinci sketching to clarity, small actions show growth. Ask a friend if they notice you're steadier. That's real feedback. Got more questions? Drop them in the comments. I'll keep the convo going in future videos or replies. This community's about growing together. Final call. Live the Stoic way. Let's bring it home. These 11 lessons aren't just ideas, they're a lifestyle. James Stockdale survived hell by choosing his mindset. Leonardo da Vinci built clarity through action. The Stoics faced wars, betrayals, and uncertainty, yet stayed steady. You're no different. Your chaos is real, but so is your power. Every day's a choice. React and let stress run you, or respond with calm and steer your path. Start small. Gratitude note. 1 breath, a quiet walk. Stack them, and you're not just surviving. You're crafting a life of purpose, clarity, and success. Comment, I choose calm to guide my success, to join the Stoic crew who made it to the end. Hit subscribe, tap the bell, and like this video to keep the wisdom coming. Check out our playlist on screen. It's packed with stories and tips to navigate life with strength. Click it, let's roll forward.